Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a hurricane to your events tab so that you can simulate the flooding and the impacts due to a hurricane. So we're going to click add event, and you get a few choices here. For a hurricane, you want to pick the first choice, historical hurricane, and say okay. What happens then is a hurricane database is loaded. You can see all of the blue lines are different hurricane tracks. Some of them are unnamed, you see here, but what you can do is if you have one in mind, so this is an example for Charleston, South Carolina, I'm going to go ahead and use Hurricane Ian, so I can just start typing Ian, and it comes up in the list. You can also see it highlighted in red here. You can also zoom in, and I'm going to say OK. Now, once you say OK, it gets loaded into your window in the event template. You can see the entire hurricane. If you zoom out, it can be kind of neat. See where it started, how it looped around. You can also see the category of the hurricane. If you hover, you get information about the wind and pressure. So what you can also see is the timing. So you can see here that this was already September 30th. And here you can see, if I move up a little bit, that by October 1st, it's already passed. So we can narrow this window down and speed up our computation time. So what you see here is the date. You can also see this like a calendar. So September 22nd, we can go ahead and move that up a little bit to September 29th. Always want to do a little bit beforehand, give it some time to warm up, and go ahead and go through October 2nd. That should be plenty of time. And then if you are happy with the existing hurricane, you actually don't need to do anything else, and you can just click OK. So I'll go ahead and do that. And what I want to do with you all is show you one more neat thing you can do. Now, if we zoom out, you can see the hurricane in your window, but why don't we go ahead and add one more hurricane so I can show you a neat feature which allows you, I'm just repeating here what I just did, which allows you to actually shift this hurricane so that you can compare what actually happened with what might have happened. So I'll go ahead and I'll pick the 29th again as our start date. Only this time I'm going to use this feature here, the horizontal translation. So you can see if I put in here, for example, minus, let's say 25, you can see that it shifts over here, becomes a little bit less favorable. For Charleston, you can move it even more to make it very unfavorable in terms of the way that the wind speeds push the water on shore. And once you shift it, you got to give it a different name here. So we'll call it shifted. And we can give a description, shifted 70 miles, and say OK. And now we've got two hurricanes in our event tab. We would be able to now simulate both of these and see how different the flooding and impacts would be if Ian had been a little bit shifted. So that gives you an idea how you can add a hurricane. Very easy, very little that you have to enter. And that's it. Thanks.